my goodness, Najee, Kenny Pickett also, and he banks out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go! Phoenix! Yes! Let's go! Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. We're doing a quick game preview, Pittsburgh Steelers versus New England Patriots. I know it's going to be a tough game for both sides, and actually tough for us to watch. But I want to turn this music off right now because I want to bring in my special guest, my good mate, David Lynn. We have a Patriot fan in the house too, guys, so everyone be cool. But we're in the same boat. We've lost Big Ben. They've lost Brady. We're going through some troubled times. That is our teams. So I'm going to bring in David Lim from the Lim Report. What's going on, David, mate? How are you?
Hey, Mark. How are you? I'm good,
mate.
thanks. Good. Looking forward to this afternoon's game. It's weird. It's Thursday night football. It's always been Friday afternoon for our guys, and so it's like, that's actually, Friday is kind of like it's the least productive days of the week. So it's like, we just watch. Let's
you
watch
football,
football.
mate. You're football while you work too. And you said to me in the green room, it's your son's birthday. You've got things happening, So it's you're from New Zealand, right? To let the audience know.
Well, so I'm originally born in Malaysia, but I moved to New Zealand when I was 17, and that was like 20 years ago. So so pretty much naturalized New Zealand. Yeah.
Cool. So what time is it? What's it time now? It's
it's 11:05 in the morning, so nearly lunchtime.
Right.
So yeah.
You'll get your game at 1 p.m., right? No, 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
No, yeah. So it's 2:15 local in New Zealand time. So yeah. So it's pretty much afternoon footy.
Yeah, so same as us. So when I get my game, the 8 p.m. win for Pittsburgh time or the Eastern Standard Time in America, I get mine at 12. So I guess your my 3 a.m. games are your 5 a.m., right? So yours are better than mine. Yours are 5 a.m.
Well, early in the season, and look, I have to know all these times because NFL, it's not just NFL. Obviously, follow like NBA and all that. And got to be up with the Eastern Pacific times. But so early in the season until daylight saving starts in New Zealand, it's 5 a.m. and then it goes to like 6 a.m. for about a month, and then when America's daylight saving ends, it's 7 a.m. I think that's been 7 a.m. These are the 1 p.m. games. So
so your viewing is actually better than Australia because
it's awesome. Yeah,
it's 3, then it goes to 4, then 5 for the 1 p.m.s. But yours goes from 5 to 6 to 7, and then drops up by another few hours. So that's probably easier to watch when you're like, waking up at 5 is not too bad. Waking up at 3 sucks. So, but anyway, let's find out your story, man. How did you become a Patriot fan? I want to know that first, and we're going to break down a bit of the game as well. How did you become a Patriot fan?
And look, I guess it's a funny one. Look, I mean, I was, as you can tell, I was born in '86, so I was certainly not young enough to remember when the Patriots were, probably suck. Because let's be honest, the Patriots did suck for a very, very long time. This Sullivan, and then of course Robert Kraft bought it. They had a few change of ownerships in the early '90s, and then Kraft bought it and turned it into what it was. I started following the Patriots. Probably started really knowing about 03, 04, Super Bowl. I was of course in New Zealand by that stage, and and then the sort of the Super Bowl thing, I was sort of getting to rugby at that point, and then heard of Patriots, and then it's sort of but I guess like with TV in New Zealand, of course, NFL games weren't really that common now, but the coverage sort of started building up. They started talking about the Super Bowl thing, 04, 05. Was it the one where pretty sure, so the Carolina, was it 2005 or the one where the one with the wardrobe malfunction at the halftime show?
The thing is, you've won that bloody many in the last 2000s, right? So you've won too many. You've won 6. I think the Patriots have 6.
Yeah,
we have 6 too.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, and that 6 has come in like such a short period of time. So I guess, yeah. And like I guess 07. I think it was really more like 07, 08. I guess I think that's when, and then it sort of really took off. I've been 09 probably would have been. Yeah, I think '09 was the first real season where I started, like evidently, follow every single NFL game because obviously, more time, I had more time and except, able to pay for more TV we've got Sky TV, so start being, having that time and so yeah, and so pretty much yeah, I guess Patriot. I don't know. Look, I guess I'm not from. I'm clearly not from I'm clearly not from Boston. I mean, I've been to Boston once, and I love the place. I guess I don't know. I've just always had a thing for like Boston things. I don't know why. It's just movies
Do
or
you follow
stuff.
the Boston? You follow the NHL or the basketball too?
Celtics, yes. Hockey, not so much. I know about the Bruins and what happened last season, and the Revolution. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always said, just always thought Boston's like the.
I want to get into something too because you're a massive Patriot fan, right? And I've just went back to the history. I think it's 2001 was their first one with Brady. I'm pretty sure the check can let me know.
Yes.
2001, right?
2001 NFL season. Yeah, because it's very confusing for us Aussies and everyone else outside America. So 2000 they won the 2002 Super Bowl, which was for the 2001 NFL season. Of course,
Yes. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was yeah that was quite significant because of it was the first one after it was the first Super Bowl after 9/11. And it's quite symbolic as well, having like the Patriots in the Super Bowl. You know how, and I
Mm.
don't know if you remember they all walked out holding hands. It was the first time that any NFL team had ever done that because they normally it's more individualistic, but the Patriots just walked out holding hands, and
And the
so
other one was too. You said the Carolina game was that was around when I started watching football. And Carl makes a good point here. So Carl says, and we both started following the teams around because I started watching around 2002, and I chose the Steelers, and you chose the Patriots. So that's kind of crazy that we
yeah,
chose
yeah.
football around that time.
Look, sorry, it's your pod, I know, but how did you? What made? I just how did you? What made you go for the Steelers?
Just the
Do you
colors,
have family
man.
in Pittsburgh or just?
Nah,
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
the colors.
yeah, yeah.
It was straight.
And
I was watching football. It was basically colors, bro.
yeah, and that's the thing. Look, people can also some people can say you're just a glory hunter. Why don't you support like someone like I don't know the Cleveland Browns or the Detroit Lions or the Jacksonville Jaguars? You're just picking a team because they won at a time. But like, you can choose whatever team you want. I mean, it's like Liverpool, and not everyone's going to live in Boston or Pittsburgh or has family. I mean, I've got my auntie lives in Vancouver, Canada, so I can follow the Canucks. So I mean, that's the only sports team they have. But I mean,
Mm.
it's not everyone's going to be like Manchester United.
Well,
They're not everyone's from Manchester or Liverpool. It's like choose whoever you want. Yeah.
the thing is too, and I like your little title there. If people can see it, it's a little bit small, but it says here, "This is this what losing feels like." So at
Yeah.
least you're supporting your team now. You're not jumping off.
Oh
You know what I
no.
mean?
Yeah.
You're with the
I make
Patriots.
jokes
Even
like,
Brady's gone, but you're still on the Patriots now. You're still with them.
yeah, look, it's humor. I just make jokes like, oh, maybe I should be a lion. So can I join? She goes like, but no, like I mean, yeah, it's like just Patriots. It's just sports teams just go through that cycle, and you
Well, that's
win,
right.
you
You've had your mad success, and you're still
yeah,
with them,
that's
even
right.
though you're 2-10. I'm still with my guys, even though we're still 7-5, and
Yeah.
we some of the fan base thinks we are 1-10. But this game, honest to goodness, like I think you guys could beat us. Do you reckon? Like,
Well,
what do you think?
I
Like initial thoughts. Do you think we can beat us at home? Because I think you can.
Well, the funny thing is with the Patriots, look, it's our defense has actually played reasonably well. I mean, you
It
had
has.
the Dallas Cowboys game, which was a real fluke. But I think they just pretty much, teams have that game. Like the Broncos had the 70-point game against Dolphins, and they've just
Yep.
changed after that. It's like you get fluke games, and I mean, it was just we didn't turn up and we just gave up. But by and large, our defense has kept us in the games. And you see that look, I think they've been talking about that 3-match losing run where I think we Patriots became the first team in to lose
Since
3 games in a row
1930.
by like under 10 points. But the point is, I think our defense still keeps us there, which I think fundamentally the defense is good. It's just been the offense we just don't score enough.
That's the thing. I read that today, or I saw it today. It was since 1931 Cardinals or something like that. That
Yes, that's
the
right.
game,
Yeah, which is insane. Yeah.
the team to lose a less amount of points in 3 games and lost them all. That's
Yeah.
football, right? That's how football works. It is,
Yeah.
But you guys got a good defense.
Good
That's what I'm saying.
defense.
Like this game for us, all the NFL analysts are choosing Steelers to win. I will
I'm
get a
not
pick right near the
surprised.
end. I'm 50-50. I don't know what to expect today. We got Trubisky. You guys got Bailey Zappi. Carl says
Mm.
here, and I agree. I can't stand Brady, but he's one of the best athletes or
He
quarterbacks in the
is.
game. You know what I
It's
mean?
just
He's the best
jealousy.
player.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just jealousy. It's like, you have your great teams around the world, like, Manchester United, Liverpool's. They just hate teams that win because, they want to put
mate.
them down. Even though,
If we had Brady on the Steelers, we'd all love him. We'd love him.
yeah, that's
You know,
right.
but
Or, flip yeah, yeah. And it's the same, like what Kansas City fans are going through right now. It's like, well, and it's kind of like, well, they were average for so long, and so I'm like, no,
yeah,
go enjoy it. You're the new you're the dynasty team. Go and enjoy it.
pretty much. They're
Ignore
now
the
in
haters.
everyone's way. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the Patriots for many years, the battles at the Steelers, and today's so funny because Steelers versus Patriots have many great battles, and of
And
course
yeah, yeah,
Belichick won most of them. But it was Big Ben versus Brady, and you guys had the upper hand, and you guys beat us too in
yeah.
2016. Sorry, 15. What the year was in the
There was
playoffs, and yeah, Chris Hogan
yeah.
went off. Like you
There was
guys
an AFC
killed it.
Championship game.
Yeah,
Was it 05? Oh, goodness.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the
There wasn't.
2016 season it was
Yeah,
2017. So because I was over in Canada at the time and I was crushed and I was just man and then you guys
yeah,
went to the Super Bowl and won that stuff and it's like we've had the battles, man. The Steelers versus Patriots have been there. Now it's like we've
yeah,
got Trubisky versus Zappi.
yeah. It's always Steelers Patriots has always sort of been like that. You know, I guess certainly more so like in the Brady era with Belichick era. Because I guess yeah, like Steelers Patriots, Colts Patriots Colts was
That
the
was
other
fun
game,
too. Yep.
Peyton Manning and Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. That was like, yeah, that was the other one, which was like, yeah, that's all. Those games are sort of the ones that we always look forward to, and I guess scheduling because I think back in the day, yeah, for so long it was like AFC, you get your divisional games, and then you play like one NFC division, and then you play. I think pretty much the teams in the AFC that finished, like the Patriots are always
Yeah.
winning the AFC East, so they're like number one of the other AFC divisions that that we're not
And
playing
so
already.
were we. We're winning a lot of North. So if you finish first, you guys they finish first. The next minute, that's why we have those rivalries. And now it's like Bengals versus Bills for a little minute, or Bengals versus Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah, Bill
Um,
Chiefs,
but
yeah.
and here we are with the same coaches from Belichick's been there 21 years or something like that, or what's he been there 22 years,
Mm, I'd say 20, maybe even
maybe longer.
23. Yeah, yeah. When did he leave? When did he write that note about the? When did he write that note on the napkin to the Jets saying "I quit"? And I was like, oh no, he's like, it's folklore, it's legends. Like, yep, I'm not taking the Jets job, and yeah, that's typical Jets. But yeah, I
But
think it
he's
was
been there a
2000.
long time. We've had Mike Tomlin, and here we are sitting. Like I can't believe it's going to be your Friday, and it's cool that it's your son's birthday. You have a good time, watch the game, and I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you want to win, and I want to win too. But it's like it's so crazy how time does move on a bit, and we saw the dynasties that were our 6 Super Bowls each,
Mm,
and we're racing to get 7. But honest to goodness, there's probably like
yeah,
no real chance we can get 7 this year, and or even it just depends. We're going to rebuild again, right? From those,
yeah, yeah.
from those big
Same with
days.
us. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys are. I have to say, and watched it with your pause, and just like thinking, why are Steelers fans not? It's like at least you're not. I think you guys have quite a bit of talent. Like, I mean, George Pickens is, he could be one of the best. He's like one of the best rising wide receivers, and then I mean, Deontay Johnson's a bit hit and miss. Pat Frymouth
Yes.
is, but yeah, look, there's all this talk about Kenny Pickett, and yeah, I like, I mean, I think there's a lot of just, it might just very well be like social media, and like, you think, I don't know, urinating tree, I think he does have a lot of sway as well, because with Steelers fans, but but I don't know. Personally, I think Pickett still has, he's still young. I mean, I think he's still got a bit of a ceiling that he could reach. It's just, I mean, I mean, I don't know, North, I think it might have struggled with Matt Canada, and I mean, North, I mean, yeah, anyone, he's, he's the
Anyone
judge,
would.
but yeah, so I mean, we need to give him a chance, and I think, yeah, but I mean, you guys are probably, I mean, you look at the Patriots offense. I mean, you've got a few good. I mean, our running backs like Ramondre Stevenson's been really, really good this year, but he's going to be out for this game, by the way. I believe.
He's
Yeah.
been playing well. I've had him in fantasy. He's been playing
Yeah,
really well,
yeah.
getting you guys
He's
4.6
been good
yards.
for the last couple of years. We got him
Yeah.
from the Raiders. He's been probably easier for. He's probably been our offense for no offense for the last couple of years. Most consistent player in the offense. But yeah, then we've got. I mean, Zeke started. Yeah, he started the form, but he's not. There's a reason why the Cowboys just let him go. He's not a number one, running back
He
anymore.
was meant to be behind Stevenson, right?
That's
The
right. Yeah,
number
yeah.
one.
He's always there to be the number two. So, but I mean, yeah, like he's
What? Okay,
yeah.
what about this Bailey Zappi character? What can we know from your your fandom watching those guys? What do you think about Bailey Zappi, and what should we be worried about? Because I have no idea about Bailey. He's a rookie, right? No, second year player. He is.
Yeah, yeah, because he was yeah, so he actually it was um yeah, I think look
Round
he's
four
been
pick 137 New England 2022 Western Kentucky College. He's 1.85 meters. What's that? 6 foot something, 97 kilos. What's what I
he's
know.
a
Yeah.
Mac Jones clone. I mean it's just it's the QB. Look, even Patriots fans will say that. Yeah, he is he's a Mac Jones clone. I mean, yeah, like I mean he had a couple of games and people was people were starting up. Oh, maybe he should be the option rather than Mac Jones, and it was saying like, it's like the Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady scenario again. It's like, yeah, give him a few more games, wait and see. But yeah, look, I mean, I think unfortunately Mac Jones, and I feel sorry for Mac. I mean, he's still really young, but start from rookie of the year, and then to go like this, where he's almost it's kind of sad, really, just seeing
Has he
someone
been
so
benched?
young.
Has Belichick benched Mac Jones?
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. I think,
Oh
yeah,
wow!
yeah. So, yeah, yeah. Bailey Zappi is confirmed to start this game. So, yeah,
Right.
it's the backups. It's the battle of the backups.
That's what I mean.
um,
It's unreal. We had Big Ben versus Brady. Now it's Trubisky versus
it's
Zappi.
the
So
backups. I mean, we could have almost had Malik. I sometimes wonder, oh, could we just get? I mean, Zappi hasn't quite worked out, like against a chart. I mean, could we give why don't we just try Malik Cunningham? Because I know he's like sort of really untested.
he's your third backup, right? The third backup quarterback.
Yeah, and it's with they cut teams and it's like, oh, we'll bring you back, oh, we'll cut you again. It's just I don't know, I
Yeah.
think maybe it's the cost to keep the salary cap or roster size or something like
What
that.
what is like one strength you think that in this game you have the advantage over the Steelers coming up in the next 3 hours? I know you're 2-10, but look, we lost to the Cardinals last week. Nothing's given for us. Nothing at all.
Mm, to be honest, I think it's probably not an edge. I'd probably say matching you guys defense wise, maybe second. It's probably going to come down to like mistake, like who throws the ball. Who's going to. I could see it. Yeah, it's going to come down to like the who's going to make the least mistakes or who's going to throw the ball and lead to pick six or that sort of thing. Yeah, look, I mean. Yeah, I mean, unless Zappi suddenly decides, right, I'm gonna play like, um, you know, look, Jake Browning's the backup at the Bengals.
Yeah, he was crazy the other day.
And he broke the record for like the best start by a backup. And I was like, look, if I can do that, if he can do that, I could do that. But probably unlikely. I mean, I haven't really seen what the weather forecast is, but I imagine Pittsburgh, in the middle of December, it's gonna be cold and
Be cold,
uh,
yeah, I think so.
yeah, so it's not gonna be. Yeah, um, mind you, I guess maybe specialties. Who knows? Again, yeah, that's the thing. I guess, yeah. Sorry, I'm more like
I'm telling
I'm
you
more
right
like
now,
scraping the barrel. Like, what do we got? Yeah, it's like
if you force Trubisky to throw interceptions, you win this game.
yeah, I think that's possible. Yeah, and then but Mitch Trubisky could decide. Oh, hang on, I was he was the number one pick for the Bears. Was he or number?
I think so. Yeah,
He
he
was
was a
pretty
number two overall, but he just never panned out
number
that
two.
way.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
done nothing.
He might
So
like right. I'm deciding I'm gonna be number. But it's
I hope so.
unlikely to
I hope
happen.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a question for you though, and you can answer this way however you want to, but it's an honest question. We mean this. I think Toddy means this in good taste. He says here, David, David, in your honest opinion, believe that the Patriots have cheated in any other occasion? I'm not trying to offend you, but would appreciate your opinion. So that's an honest question from Toddy86. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm presuming you're thinking about Deflategate. There was also back in the '07 that season where we nearly went perfect with the videos. Look, I mean, it. Look, I mean, the NFL's done. They've gone. They've charged them. They banned. You might recall they banned Brady for a couple of games, and that was the season where wasn't that they went on the beat, went to the Super Bowl, face Atlanta. But
That's right.
you know,
Yeah,
I think,
the four
look,
games or
to be
something like that.
honest, yeah, look, I mean, that's what it is. They got their, I mean, you can't say that no other, the Patriots are the only team that has done something, that's not exactly kosher. Like, it's professional sport, and I think, there are other teams, and I don't know, no team's like a complete saint. I mean, you'd be silly to say that, every, that we're blameless. We've never done anything wrong. We've never cheated. I mean, in some way they might have done it. It's just being. I think the key is being caught, and I guess the Patriots got caught. There was footage. They got. I think the Patriots, of course, because they've been pretty much like the team to be in the AFC for so long, for 20 years. Everyone's kind of their attention's on them. So there's like cameras and with Deflategate and the videos and all that. So, but yeah, look. So I I think yeah. I mean, it happens. I mean, it's my team, but I'm just it's not just
Well, the
because
thing
they
is,
cheated.
you can't control it, right? Just being a
No,
fan,
it's it,
you can't
it's the
control it.
organization. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not accused, and of course, you don't. I'm sorry if I offend you, like, but I mean, I'm sure the Steelers would have, done
Well, I
something,
can tell you one thing
underhand.
right now. What we've done in cause of like cheating is Mike Tomlin taking out the Ravens guy running down the sideline.
Yeah,
He put his foot out and he said, "Well, I didn't mean that. He meant that 1,000%." And
yeah,
he got
yeah.
flagged for that, and got fined. So it happens. Like for
It's
us being Steelers
gamesmanship.
fans, it happened. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was
You
he was
want
walking towards
It's
the
professional
scoreboard.
sport. Yeah, it's professional sports. It happens in every single sport. Yes, and NFL's no different. Yeah, and it's just I think yeah, it's just really you got if you got caught, then you just get how many, but it's not like I'm going to stop supporting them because I mean unless they did really something really 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 awful, but I can't think of what would I mean.
Well, it's even like
Uh,
we had it with Bill Cowler, the other coach. He ran onto the field too. I think tried to hit someone by run down the
Cal
sideline too. So,
Cal's
it's
a
like you said.
legend. I mean, he's doing like CBS now, and yeah, he's an absolute legend. But yeah, I mean, everyone, it's kind of like I'm sorry to sound biblical, but it's like if he hasn't sinned, who hasn't sinned here will cast the first stone, that sort of thing. But I'm not going to relate. But it's like everyone, not everyone's blameless. So yeah,
Yeah,
and
100%. And Tony
oh, the
Blackstone said,
steroids thing, yeah. Everyone has, honestly, it's America. They have got access. These team. The professional. Professional sport in America's the professional environment in America has lasted way longer. I mean, the only place you could think of is like English football, but yeah, but of course they wouldn't have the money that like baseball, ice hockey. They've all doped at some stage. It's just whether they got caught or it's like yeah, but it's just evidence again, and
I want
yeah.
to ask you this question with the game coming up too, like because it is 2-10. Do you want? I know you, I don't. I'll ask you. Do you want the team to lose for a higher draft pick or not?
Oh, that's a
Big
good
question.
question, actually. Look, and I know, with this we joke about tanking, they should deliberately lose just to tank. It's such a weird concept for us Aussie Kiwis, and you've been on it. How
Mhm.
the tanking look, teams don't go out to tank deliberately. They just want to go and win. But on the other hand, but I can see why you would. It is a legit. It is a fair reason to
Well, your team's
deliberately
really
drop your.
close to the end of the season, like, and you are going to be eliminated from the playoffs pretty much. So
Yeah,
yours is a
yeah.
different scenario,
It's
right?
been
So
yeah, yeah.
do you not want to? But if you would, you be okay because the season's done? The next 5 games, you lose a few. Then if you get number one draft pick, then it's going to be massive excitement again in New England. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, I mean, we're getting pretty close. I mean, to be honest, yeah, yeah. Like, as you know, Carolina's
oh,
sitting in the number one,
the
but they've
yeah.
got their picks, Chicago's, and I'm yeah. Look, even if I'm still. I still think they will stick with Justin Fields because I think they've invested so much in him. They'll look really stupid. Although the Chicago Bears ownership is non-exec is known to do dumb things. But I have faith that they won't draft a QB. I mean, so and that leads the Patriots. No, I don't. Arizona's on its way up. They're not. They've got Kyler Murray back. I think they're gonna drop down the list.
He played well
So it's
against us
really.
too last week. He played really well. To be honest, I bagged him out, but he played well. He
Oh,
did.
is this Murray? Yeah, Murray's one of those. Yeah, yeah. Look, Murray's one of those. I like watching him. He's like because of his. I'm not the tallest person. He's certainly not. But like his abilities. I know. The Cardinals are actually the Cardinals actually have been much better than a lot of people expected. And having Kyler Murray come back that quickly has actually been a huge bonus.
Mm.
Of course, I mean, unfortunately, their season was pretty much over when he returned. But it was like, wow. I mean, but they're not. They should be. They won't go. Yeah, like they'll. So then I think it's either Chicago or us right now because I think the Giants have sort of. Which it's crazy. The Giants are still in wildcard content. Mathematically
Yeah,
can
they're
make the
like
wild
4
card.
or 5 wins, right? And they've
The
got
third 4-8
top.
is like, please don't, because they're. Oh my gosh, they're awful. I mean,
Do you hate the
uh,
Giants?
not as look. I've kind of back when I was a bit younger and more mature. I couldn't, but I mean, over time, I kind of mellowed, and I don't mind them too much. And of course, I follow. 5 Point Vids. I've wanted to click
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
through. He's a huge New York Giants fan. I like the guy, Adam. He's a really good guy, and I've kind of like mellowed. And to be honest, the Giants haven't really like troubled. Haven't really been relevant for quite a number of years. So,
You don't
since
hate it.
Eli
You don't
Manning.
hold any anger towards those 2 Super Bowls where they got the victory.
Oh, it's what it's done. What can you do? Why would you be angry? What it's the more the far worse things in life to get upset
Yeah.
over. I mean, it was a sense that David Tyree catch. I mean, that will burn in my memory, but yeah,
Yes.
it's what it is. And the helmet catch, and I mean, seeing Eli Manning now with his with
Hey,
on
hey.
Manning cast. Oh, it's like he's kind of
See,
I've got
this
a
is the
more
problem.
positive image of him, and same with Peyton. Yeah.
You're too nice of a bloke. Who's the one team in your division you don't like the most? Like Jets, Dolphins, or
Ah, it's funny.
the Bills?
Not really like hate. Actually, to be honest, if there is one team I really can't stand, it's the Ravens. But they're in your division. But it's just
Really,
cause,
really, the
yeah,
Ravens.
yeah. It's just cause I just hate the way they play. It's like that they've always been thugs, and we won't speculate about Ray Lewis and all that. But it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
and they've always beaten us. They've always had. They kind of were a bit of when you had Joe Flacco. Was it Sargs Lewis? It was like, oh, they always miss, beat. They always had the.
You just don't like him, eh? So,
I didn't
so
nearly beat the
out
Patriots
of
for.
you don't want to say the Bills because of Josh Allen, but I know too. You're like an NFL fan as well. You love all the NFL, don't you? Like all the kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
storyline stuff. So
The Bills are kind of look. I mean, for most of my life, the Bills have pretty much been sort of that little brothers like, oh, I feel sorry. They're always like they were until like the last couple of years when they got Josh Allen, they're like, oh, and I was kind of like, oh, you finally made the playoffs. I was actually quite happy for them, but yeah, I mean now of course it's not animosity, it's more by because I know a couple of Bills fans, and it's a bit like I just give them grief for like because I know if you
well,
as
you've
because I
got
do.
6 Super Bowls. They've got 0, and they've been there 4 times in
Well,
a
they could have
row.
had
I
four,
would
and I always joke like, yeah, you're four. You could have had four.
in a
You could have
row.
at least one, and it's like they're the most famous losers in probably world sport. I mean, can't think of anyone who's done 4 Super Bowls or make four
They made
finals
it.
in a row and just win nothing. It's
Yeah,
like
they
that's
made a
bad.
documentary out. They made it called the four falls of Niagara Falls.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, because I
Yes,
know a couple of guys, and the Bills to him are like the Bungles. So
dead set. Dead set.
it's like
They haven't won anything. You've won 6. We've won 6. They've
yeah.
won 0 and 4. They've won 0 and 3. That's probably the same thing.
It's probably more like for me for like with Pats with towards the Bills, Jets. I mean, towards the saying the Dolphins, like because the other teams haven't really won too much, so it's kind of like it's not really too much. I mean, maybe the Dolphins, but I mean with
Maybe
the because they have had like even when Brady was around the Pats had a habit of losing to the Dolphins in Miami in the last game, but they've come but even then it's kind of like well you can't really it's not like I don't think it's like cowboy if you go to the NFC East, man, that's all like Cowboys or Eagles, Giants, or Commanders slash Redskins, they just really don't like each other because, well, but I mean, if Cowboys have like 5 Super Bowls, Commanders have had like the Washington teams had like a number of Super Bowls as well, so they've all won. So it's kind of like yeah, but whereas it's a bit different with the AFC East. So yeah,
Maybe the Jets are like the equivalent to the Browns because the Jets haven't won it, even though they haven't won.
the Jets are the Jets. I guess they're the most.
I like that laugh, by the way, too. The moment I mentioned Jets, you're like, yep, they stink.
I keep there's this guy he's a New Zealand broadcaster, like he does rugby commentaries. His name's Nigel Yolden. He does mainly All Blacks rugby. He's a great guy. I listen to his pod, but he's a Jets fan, and yeah, and he's featured me a few times in his pods, and I just always give him I always like troll like, oh yeah, I'll just send you this meme, and it's just of the butt fumble, and it's just an eternal, oh, it's the anniversary of this. It's like but yeah, it's the urinating trees, Jets, but eternal butt fumbles, one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite tree video of all time. So yeah,
They're,
yeah.
they're not doing much. Like they went and got Aaron Rodgers, and now he got injured, and they're
Oh,
just 4-8, but they're not doing very well.
it's just like they seem eternally cursed because they just
Yeah,
like Rogers was
the
supposed
Browns.
to be for any other team that's like an amazing that's a coup, but it's the Jets, because it's the Jets, it just he gets injured like
I think it
what
was like for the
on the
first six
first
snaps,
play.
the first
It's
snap or
like
something like that.
yeah, all he did was just fly the flag, and then it was like, oh yeah, that's it. He's coaching now. It's like, yep, trying to coach Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle, which is like, yeah, good luck with yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. All right, so we're getting near the end of we'll go for about 35 minutes. I want to get your maybe your last final thoughts on this game, and do you think the Patriots can win this game? Because look, I've said it's 50-50. To me, it's 50-50.
Every team has a chance at the start. I mean, you can think of all these things like, oh, on paper with the team, probably not, but I mean, with a defense, if the defense plays well, we keep it, keep the score low. Well, you just never know. I mean, the NFL's weird this season. I mean, they've talked about offenses just not being what they were. There's no QB who's like really like hitting the mark. I mean, there's CJ Stroud's making history as a rookie, but I mean, it's
Mhm.
the days of like Drew Brees or sort of breaking records, that sort of thing. It's not nowhere near that. So, I mean, I also always say we've got a chance. If as long as the until the final whistle, we've always got a chance. But yeah, I mean, realistically, and look, I've kind of made my peace. Like, if we lose this, it's like, well, I was like, does it
You're kind
really?
of okay.
Yeah, does it really matter? I mean, we're pretty much, at where we're sitting right now. Was it 2-9? I can't even. I've lost track. We've only won 2 games. It's like our season's pretty much over. We're just waiting for the draft. So I think that's pretty much what most Patriots fans are like.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in April with the draft? What are we going to do? Please, Bill Belichick. And there's a joke like Bill Belichick's going to just trade down because he never draft. Like Mac Jones was probably the most high profile draft pick, and even then, that's like turned out to be not much. So he's just going to drop. That's the joke, is like he's going to trade down the picks to get some like low end raw wide receivers, that sort of thing. Which I don't think I think that's not going to happen this time. But yeah,
Are
I'm
they?
not sure.
Is Belichick? What do you know? How many more years on his contract? Are they going to extend his contract?
Yeah, so I believe there was word that he was gonna. I'm just looking it up now. Because there was word that he was about. Yeah, no, he has signed it. So it's a multi-year in the. I can't. I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm just looking at this now.
You're right.
Multi-year. It didn't specify how many. Look at the multi-year contract. Doesn't specify how many years. So, look, honestly, like, I mean, I could see him staying. He could be like, what's his name, Greg Popovich at the Spurs, where it's like he's
Well, he loves it too much.
unfireable.
He loves
He
football. He's a
he
football
might
mind.
he might die in the role. It's like he's that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I guess yeah. How long's a piece of string? I mean, look, I mean, I to be honest, yeah, and I know you sort of asked it before this, like what are Patriots fans' thoughts on Belichick?
Mm.
Most people, I don't, because I don't really, so I don't. I'm obviously not in Boston, but I think this you can sort of see it. I mean, it's not like it's not like the Chargers. Everyone wants Staley out. I mean, he's clearly why is he still in the job? Or like Josh McDaniels with Raiders. It's like everyone wants him out. People still, I think, by and large, they know like Belichick's. His record's proven. I mean, it's only really like non-Patriots fans or people who actually have some agenda against the Patriots who want Belichick out. But it's Kraft and unless there was some fallout between Kraft and Belichick, in which seems really unlikely because they've got this relation. It's a family relationship. I think most fans are still supportive of Belichick. Look, and I think most of them know like the offense is not because Belichick's a defensive. He's a genius. He's a defensive genius. All that defense is still, it's all Belichick. So,
You just can't score points. That's like us. We can't score points.
And that's sort of there's been so much turbulence there. We've had we've had Bill O'Brien this year. I mean, post and he's sort of I guess look jury's out. I mean, was it Mac Jones' confidence or is Bill O'Brien just not that good anymore? But I mean, Bill O'Brien came from Alabama, and that was a good good offense, and the Texans, it was probably more the ownership, but I think it's a bit more. Honestly, it's probably more than it's not just the QB. It's just all it's pretty much. I mean, I describe the offense as like it's just like an old mansion that or it's just it's not just.
Well, you've got no running back. You got no running back, no receiver now. Because some players.
We don't have Stevenson for this game, but I mean, wide receiver. Yeah. I mean, wide receiver is another issue. And I think people have talked about, maybe we should go for Marvin Harrison, but no one's gonna, the only one wide receiver has been drafted like, number 1 or number 2 in history, and it's not. You never draft wide receivers that high up. It just doesn't make any sense, like because you just So I can see us getting a wide receiver like maybe in the 2nd or 3rd round, but and there's a couple of good ones like from Washington or Oregon. I've kind of like had my eye on. So
Or already thinking draft. Let's go back one step before the draft. What are your final scores? And I'll start to wrap it up and we'll call it a show. What are your final score for today? And if you guys want to put scores in the chat, let us know. What's the final score? Do the Patriots win? What do you have?
6-0. I don't know. I'm just pulling out scores out of my eyes. So.
Who's gonna win?
We lost 6-0, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
If you guys win, the Patriots win 6-0.
Wow. No. I'll say, like you. I'll put my heart. Look, I'll just say, look, Patriots win 6-0. Yeah, because I don't do predictions. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, man. Fair enough. So 2 field goals, 6-0. I'm gonna go. We got Sean here, 9-6.
No. Or TD missed kick by Chad Ryland.
Oh, 1 TD and a missed kick as well.
I mean, surprise me. It's Pittsburgh. The weather conditions can be
it's
crazy.
Very tough. So. Chris Boswell missed one last week. I'm gonna go. So my score I've got down to is I've got Steelers win 20-6, but I'm not confident in that. I do hope that I win, and for your sake, man, I know it sounds crazy. I hope you win because we want to have one of us got to win, right? So we'll see what happens.
A part of me wants to win, but a part of me is maybe actually wanting to lose because we still want to. Because I'm like,
get a higher draft pick.
Get a high, because it's like, well, we're not going to be in the playoffs. You might as well.
No, you can't. You make the playoffs and be insane. I think
well, it's like that'd be ridiculous. Yeah, and
what would that be?
There's something wrong with the NFL. Wouldn't.
I think a million teams have to lose because you'd be 7-10 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, there'd be questions like because of course now in the US they've only gotten into this idea of like gambling and because of course then you're like
I think you'd have to have like all you probably need about 25 games to go your way exactly for that to happen. We have here. Oh, sorry, you go.
Just looking at the weather, Pittsburgh mostly cloudy, 7. So wind is like 11 km. So it's like it's probably gonna. It might be a nice night, So I don't know. They might. You never know. There might be I don't know a 40-38 game, and be like,
I hope so.
I hope, but I kind of See, because this game I'll be able to watch most of it, but my other son's got a Kappa Haka and he has to be at school like 5. So
Mm.
so yeah, so I won't be. I might have to miss some of the end. I'm doing sort of like a watch line, but it's on the Limb Report if you wanted to have a look. And but audio, I mean, you're doing a watch along as well. So yeah, but
That's all right, man. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you around in the end because we have here Pittsburgh Toddy is 13-9. We have Chloe Smith has 17-6. We have L here 20-9. But yeah, man, I do want to say thank you for coming on the show. We'll start to wrap it up, and you've been awesome, David. You're a massive
yeah.
Patriots fan. I know you're a Liverpool guy as well. But you do have where is the if people want to check you out? Where's the YouTube channel they can give you a shout out if they want to go follow?
It's called the Limb Report. I'll just see if I can actually. Yeah,
I'll,
so
I'll link.
I
I'll
have
put it in
to.
the chat for the guys if they want to. It's in the chat right now.
Yeah. I'll just find it. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
So what do you normally try and cover? What do you cover on your YouTube channel?
So yeah. So I know you. Yeah, I know you. And you're sort of focused on the Steelers. I'm sort of a bit more. I'm sort of more inspired. I'm thinking more like a bit more inspired by like guys like Urinating Tree, who Urinating Tree is a big Steelers fan, but you can't he does other things like hockey, baseball. He did the football World Cup a couple of years ago, but I like because I love sport. I'd say I'm not just an NFL fan. I just I don't mind watching any sport. I mean, it's particularly more of like New Zealand folk. There's a bit of New Zealand focus. Although I did, I guess soccer, football is probably my other big sports. And yeah, so I follow Liverpool. But yeah, I'm Malaysian, so I did 2 videos about the Malaysian national team because we've never made the World Cup. And we won 2 of our games. One of them was like coming back from 3-1 down to win 4-3, and that's kind of like just taken off. It's like, oh, just because no one covers that. So I guess the point is like, yeah, niche sort of like I I I guess I don't want to like because there's so many NFL creators. You can't. I don't want to compete like with like someone like Tom Grossi or and they've taken years to establish,
But
and
you
it's
know what,
just
man?
kind of like
Don't compete. Just do your own thing. No offense to
exactly.
Grossi.
Yeah. I just
No offense to
you
Grossi.
don't make
Fuck
content.
Grossi. Do your own
Yeah,
thing. Do your own thing.
absolutely.
Fuck Grossi, man. Don't worry about Grossi. Do your own thing. Be
That's
David
right.
Lim. Be you, and you've got it. Don't worry.
That's right. Yeah. You gotta do the channel's gotta be what you want to do. You're not just making out content just for the sake of it, just to make out that's Disney Plus. But yeah, I don't want to be there. I just want to cover things that I'm interested in. And I guess because I guess I do as I don't know. Yeah, I still have a full-time job. This is on the hobby side, so yeah, and I've got a family as well, so it's like I don't have time to.
Busy man.
Yeah. What's this? There's this guy called Depressed Ginger who I swear I thought it was an AI, but he's an actual person. And he's producing like 3 videos a day. I'm like, what the? And it's like, yeah, I'm like, there's no way I can do that. So it's like, so you got to be who you want.
Yeah,
It's
man.
your
Don't worry
channel,
about it.
my
Grossi's
channel,
doing his own
whatever you
thing.
want.
You're doing your thing. I'm doing my
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Be
right.
you. Be
Yeah,
David Lim. Be the Patriot
that's
fan.
right.
Be
Yeah,
Liverpool.
and
Do it.
that's how you succeed. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, we got to get going. So,
I gotta get to. Yeah.
I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been awesome to learn about the Patriots, and you're a massive diehard Patriot fan. Of course, you want your team to win. I want to give a big shout out as well to thank you, El mate, for the $5. Says Steelers. So I appreciate the
Ooh.
$5 coming in for the super chat. Everyone in the chat today has been awesome. I will be going live in about 2 hours' time to cover the game, the watch party, all that kind of stuff. I hope you enjoy the game as best you can, and I hope I can enjoy the game best I can too. Let's hope for a good game, man. Like I'm talking
Yeah.
27-26, 31-28, whatever it may be, whoever wins, I still think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees for the Steelers to win this game, to be honest, because we lost to the Cardinals being 2-10. We're not a very good football team right now. You guys have got Belichick. Belichick owns the record against Tomlin, all that kind of stuff. And, of course, you know what? You've got a good defense. We've got Trubisky. This game is not on paper for the Steelers to win. This is it's not a trap game because we're not a good team. The Steelers aren't a good team. We can't be a trap game. It's like the Patriots might come in the house, and if we lose, dude, we're in trouble. We are in big trouble. We'll be knocked out of the playoffs.
We
We'll be
could
on
still spoil part. Yeah, we could spoil like we could potentially play spoiler. I mean, if we decide,
Yep.
we're going to win games. So we've got the Bills. We've got. I think do we have the Dolphins? No, we've already played them. Yeah, we've got. I think looking at our schedule, yeah, we're playing a couple of teams that are still in the playoffs. So yeah, we could still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
no,
look, you guys could play spoiler today and really stuff our chances up because we need to bounce back, have a win for our Steelers. And
Mm,
that's right. We have
yep.
Trubisky. Nothing's easy,
Yeah.
right? Hey, man,
Yeah.
any final words before you go? Because we'll get out of here. Well, thank everyone.
Go Pat, go. It's like the run on like go crosses, go Pat, go. But yeah. No, thanks for the time, and yeah, no, I just wish you all the best, and yeah, and
Awesome.
yeah, no, thanks for having me on. Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's been fun. All
appreciate
right,
it.
guys. Thank
We
you.
finally talked to each other after all this time. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know, because you run the Facebook side too, the Facebook
yeah,
NFL, and
yeah.
you're
The NFL
all
Australia.
over the
Yeah, yeah.
NFL, and you're crazy,
Interesting
crazy
role that
NFL
one.
guy.
It's a job I didn't want to do, but yep, all right. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know the comments you're probably getting there. So yeah, thanks, David, mate, for coming on, and also thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Sean,
Cheers, and
to
thank you so
everyone coming
much.
on. All right,
Thank you.
you say go back, go. We say here we go, Steelers. Here
Wave your
we
yellow
go.
towel. Got to wave your towel.
See you later.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See